You might have a very negative opinion about South Africans, about the people, about the country. You have a very negative opinion, probably based on the things you've been hearing on the net, based on the things people have been telling you, and based on the things that you've been reading. It is fine. But one thing I tell people is that immediately you land at the Tambo Airport in Johannesburg, the atmosphere there is different. Everything that you've had, everything that you think, everything that you are thinking will automatically change because the atmosphere there is different. Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back again to the space. This is your getting out a little bit of everything. In case you are seeing my face for the very first time, please do not make it your last. Do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you always be the first to get notified each time I upload a video. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for always stopping by to come watch my videos. Now, people do say, oh, I have a bad opinion about South Africans. I don't like the country. Why are South Africans behaving like this? Why do they do this? Why do they do that? This, that, this, that. Now, I'm asking, have you been to South Africa? Or is it because of what you are hearing or what you are seeing or what you are reading online that makes you think or believe that, oh, South Africans are the worst demon that people can associate with, people can live with? But the truth is that people have a very beautiful opinion about South Africans. Lots of people have good opinion, like good things to say about South Africans. I do tell people that if you come into any country, there are 100 people there. Out of the 100, you see, 85% of them are good. So because of those 15%, you cannot judge, you cannot crucify, you cannot condemn. So that is what happens. So in South Africa, everybody is not 100%. But you see that 80% people, 85% people is everywhere. Even in my country, is everywhere. So let's hear the opinion of people concerning South Africa. Let's watch this video.
Here is my honest opinion as a foreigner visiting South Africa for the first time. Oh, by the way, my name is Sami. I visited 30 plus countries. I'm on a trip all around the world, and I lived in Australia, China, Morocco, Mexico, you name it. Honestly, I really loved South African people. I think that they are extremely polite. I feel like South African people are a higher level of politeness. Like, how are you? They expect an answer, which is not the case for Australian people and American people who just say, how are you, like this, and they don't expect an answer, right? So as a French person, for me, it's really nice because as a French person, I also expect an answer if I ask this question. So whenever a South African person said, how are you? I answer, I'm fine, how about you? And then they say, I'm fine. And then they do a conversation, right? And it's all good, right? So I thought this was extremely heartwarming and I really liked it. I also liked how helpful the South African people in general are. And this is very nice, right? The country itself, I mean, obviously is beautiful. Like, I mean, you are in the realm of the kingdom of the Lion King, right? So I spent many days in the savannah. I saw many animals. We were with a ranger her name was Lisa, by the way, and she was extremely professional, and she knew everything there is to know about these animals and about how to get them. We saw a rhino. I mean, it's an endangered species. I did not know, by the way, that there were that many elephants in South Africa. I thought we were going to see one elephant at 5 in the morning and that was going to be it. But no. There are elephants everywhere. Hippos, giraffes, elephants everywhere. Once we were by a river and I counted 75 elephants. And that was just that one time by the river, which was like, 10 minutes a stop in a whole day ride in the South African countryside in the savannah, right? The food was very good, but my opinion does not count because we were in hotels that had all inclusive, and the hotel, I mean, the chef, we even met the chef. He was from South Africa, obviously, right? And I mean, the food was very good, but it was only that restaurant all the time, right? However, the food itself was made of ingredients from South Africa. For instance, I had springbok carpaccio, that's delicious. I had crocodile carpaccio, sashimi crocodile, that was delicious. I had ostrich carpaccio. That was delicious. I had kudu. Kudu cooked a little bit in a French way, I would say, right? That was really delicious. So I had many things that are typically South African, just like malula tree, the fruits sort of jelly, right? On scones, on British scones, right? Like, I mean, that was good. Like for breakfast, that's good. Now, the only thing that at some point made me feel a teensy tiny bit uncomfortable is when I made people feel uncomfortable because we were on the ride with the same people all the time. So there were us and two British people and two people, South African people, Afrikaans people from Western Cape and retired Afrikaans people from Western Cape. Very nice people, no problem. However, the British people and us, we talked about everything that European people talk about, right? And that made the Afrikaans people a little bit uncomfortable because we tend to talk about, for instance, I talk about my DNA test. You can go to my channel. I made a video about it, right? Because I am indeed 4% South African myself. 4%, right? And from, the Kruger Park area. So like, I was like, it was, coming back home for me. Every time I said that to anyone, they would say, oh, welcome back home, right? So I'm indeed 4% from the area, and we were talking about this, and then we started talking about the history of South Africa and everything, and the way it made the other people uncomfortable, then boomerang towards me and made me uncomfortable in the sense that I felt like this was a topic that was brushed under the carpet. And in South Africa in general, I feel like there are lots of unfinished sentences. I feel like there are lots of innuendos and a lot of brushing under the carpet, basically, right? Of things that happened before 1992 and even of things that happened after 1992. So when you are a European person or even an American person, or Australian person, coming from countries where these problems do exist as well. Racism is not only in South Africa, right? But there was segregation in the United States up until 1960 something, and then the White Australia policy down under, right? So it's not like it's only in South Africa. It's just that nowadays these are things that are talked about. It's like a psychotherapy of the whole people, and then therefore it's talked about. Like for instance, nowadays in Australia, every time, random thing, every time there is a TV program, the TV program, if it involves even mentioning people who are dead, it will say at the beginning, because Aboriginal people from Australia cannot talk about people who are dead, right? So if that hurts their sensitivity, the TV program would say, if you are sensitive to that, don't watch it. It says that at the beginning, right? Or for instance, if you take Qantas Airways, a flight from, let's say, Melbourne to Perth, it will say at the beginning of the flight attendant will say, we acknowledge the custodian of the land over which we fly. The custodians of the land over which they fly are all the different kinds of Aboriginal people who are the custodians of the land of Australia and been recognized as so by the white people who came to colonize, right? And of course, the race issue and segregation and the consequences of slavery are very much discussed in the United States. No matter on which side of the fence you stand, this is a very healthy debate that happens. I really felt like in South Africa, this is a no-no. Like, we just don't talk about it. Like, it never happened. And there is not I don't feel like there's a healing that's happening towards that. Therefore, when the British people and us were having these conversations very freely over a picnic in the middle of the Lions, basically, right? The two Afrikaans were not really having it. Like, for instance, at some point I said, oh, with my skin color, I wonder how I would have been treated, how I would have been categorized before 1992. And the Afrikaans man, that retired 72-year-old, who was very polite and very nice, of course, seemed very irritated by me just mentioning that. And he said, like, oh, let's just not talk about it. It's a long time ago. I was born in 1989, so I was alive when this all happened. I don't consider myself very old, so for me it's not a long time ago, but okay. right? So that's the only thing that's a little bit, but every country has this. Like, in France, for instance, if you say the word race in French, it sounds like it's a word that we don't say. Like, it's a nasty word, right? We don't say that. We have the debate, we have the discussions, but using other words, right? So you see, there are always things that are triggering in all countries, right? And it's just that if you come to South Africa, you should know, just don't talk about it. Just don't. Look at the lions. The food is good. The people are nice. They're very polite. They're helpful. It's wonderful. Just um, don't talk about it. Maybe if you go to the museum, you can then talk about it because it seems, like something that you would do. But otherwise, don't talk about it. Other than that, it's wonderful. Just come to South Africa. Just do it.
Most times your opinion don't count. Do you know why? Because you don't have good things to talk about people. So those ones that don't have good things to talk about people, automatically their opinion don't count. I love the fact that people actually have good things, like a lot of good things to talk about South Africans. Thank you very much for watching this video. In case you watched this very moment, you've not given this video a thumbs up, please do it to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment, share, and come back for more. Bye.